Question number 1. Adeline has 7,000 ringgit in her savings account. She is planning to buy a new iPhone that costs around 800 ringgit. After conducting a few surveys, she is considering two options. Option 1. Wait for 2 years, save her 7,000 ringgit in an account earning 5.5% interest compounded semi-annually and buy the iPhone later using only her savings. Option 2. Buy it now by taking a small personal loan of 100 ringgit at 7% interest compounded annually for 2 years. Based on the two options above, determine which option will be more financially wise for Adeline. Support your answers with relevant calculation and reasoning.
Let's look at option 1 first. In this option, Adeline puts her 7,000 ringgit savings into a bank account that gives 5.5% interest per year, and the interest is compounded semi-annually, which means twice a year. Since this is compound interest, we use the standard formula, which is S equals P multiplied by 1 plus I raised to the power of N. What can I see from the question option 1? P is 7,000 ringgit. R is 0.055. T is 2. M is 2. Since the formula includes I, we must divide the value of K by the value of M to obtain I. So I gonna be 0.0275. To get N, we must multiply T by M, which is 2 multiplied 2 is 4, so N is 4. Now, plugging everything into the formula, we get 7,000 ringgit multiplied by 1 plus 0.0275 raised to the power of 4. This gives a future value of 7,802 ringgit and 35 cents. But since the iPhone costs 8,000 ringgit, she's still short. The shortage is 8,000 minus 7,802 ringgit and 35 cents, which means she still needs 197 ringgit and 65 cents. To find the interest she pays, we can use the formula S minus T. So, 1,144 ringgit and 90 cents minus 1,000 ringgit give an interest cost of 144 ringgit and 90 cents. So, comparing the two, option 1 will be financially wise for Adeline. This is because her savings will grow to 7,802 ringgit and 35 cents. So, she only needs to add a small amount like 197 ringgit and 65 cents to reach the price of iPhone. If she buy it now and take a loan, she will have to pay 144 ringgit and 90 cents in interest. So, waiting is more beneficial because she earns interest instead of paying interest. That's all from me.
Part A, Question 2. Nuhan owns 15 gold dinars and expects to sell them for 36,000 ringgit in 2 years. Alternatively, he can sell them today for 30,500 ringgit and invest the money in savings plan offering 3.5% interest compounded quarterly. Determine which option would be more financially beneficial for Nuhan, selling now or waiting for 2 years. Okay, first, let's look at option 1. This one is straightforward. If Nuhan holds onto his gold, he expects to sell it in 2 years for a total of 36,000 ringgit. We will use this figure as our benchmark. So, if he waiting for 2 years, which is option 1, he gets 36,000 ringgit. If he invests, which is option 2, he only gets 32,754 cents. Comparing the two, option 1 is clearly higher by roughly 3,298 ringgit. Therefore, the most financially beneficial choice for Nuhan is to wait for 2 years before selling his gold.
Part A, Question 3. Kia wants to ensure her daughter can attend a reputable university overseas in the future. Her daughter is currently 10 years old and is expected to start university at the age of 18. To prepare, Kia opens an education fund account and deposits 30,000 ringgit initially, which earns 4.2% interest compounded monthly. After 5 years, Kia decides to add an extra 6,500 ringgit to the account as her daughter's birthday gift. The account continues to earn interest at the same rate until her daughter reaches university age. So before I start, I'll point out the important details from the questions. First, deposit 30,000 ringgit initially. Second, earns 4.2% interest compounded monthly. Third, Kia add an extra 6,500 ringgit to the account as her daughter's birthday gift. Okay, question A. Calculate the total accumulated amount in Kia's education fund by the time her daughter's turned 18. So, we're going to use this formula. So, this is the principal, which is P. P is 30,000 ringgit. I is R per M, which is rate per M, is the number of compounded periods per year. R is 4.2%, and I convert 4.2% into decimal form, which is 0.042. M is 12. So M tells you how many times the interest is compounded in 1 year. So for the first 5 years, the S is going to be 36,996 ringgit 77 cents. And with that amount, we're going to add with 6,500 ringgit to count for the next 3 years that is left. And the last answer is going to be 49,326 ringgit 76 cent. And that is the answer for the question A. For the question B, which is determine the total interest earned throughout the investment period. So the formula is going to be interest equal latest amount in the account, which is 49,326 ringgit and 76 cents, minus amount invested, which is 30,000 ringgit plus 6,500 ringgit. So 49,326 ringgit 76 cents minus 36,500 ringgit. The answer is going to be 12,826 ringgit and 76 cents. Question C. Evaluate whether the accumulated amount will be sufficient if Kias expect her daughter's university expenses to be at least 50,000 ringgit. Provide a clear explanation to justify your answer. So, after all the compounding, Kia's education fund come up to 49,326 ringgit and 76 cents. But the expected unit expenses are 50,000 ringgit. Yup, that means we're a bit short. Basically, 49,326 ringgit and 76 cents is less than 50,000 ringgit. So Kia's gonna need to either pump in a bit more money, find a way to get a higher return, or just add some extra funds later to cover the gap. Easy fix, but definitely something to plan for.
Part B, question number 1. Hyulin's father left an inheritance of RM 2.6 million, which was divided in the ratio of 6:4 among Hyulin and his brother, Gongru. Hyulin used his entire share as down payment for an electronics factory worth RM 4.5 million. He then took a loan to cover the remaining cost of the factory. The bank charges 2.1% interest, compounded monthly, and the loan is to be repaid over a period of 30 years. Okay, and then we go through to question A. Question A is find the monthly payment. Monthly payment is R, and then we use this formula. And then we substitute the formula with the information that we write. And then we get R equal 11,040 ringgit and 42 cent. Okay, next we go through to question B. Question B, calculate the interest charged. So, interest charged, we use this formula. And then we substitute the formula with information that we write. And then we get this. Okay, next question, question C. If he fails to pay the first 3 monthly payments, find the amount he has to pay on the 4th payment in order to settle the outstanding areas. Okay, first we need to highlight he fails. Okay, when we see word fails, it means we need to use formula S. Okay, next we go to question D. Immediately after paying for 25 years, he decided to settle the balance of the loan. Find the settlement amount. Okay, highlight the word of settle the balance. Okay, when we see the word settle the balance, it means we need to find A. But first thing first, we need to find the value of N. So, N equal to 360 minus times 25 multiply 12. And we get 60. And then we use this formula. And then we substitute the formula with the information that we write. And A, we get 626,832 ringgit and 86 cent. Okay, that's the final answer of the D.
Part B, question 2. Idora plans to travel to Paris with her friends. To achieve her dream, she needs 50,000 ringgit. She can save only 600 ringgit per month in Bank Sama, which offers 3.6% interest compounded monthly. How many monthly deposits must Idora make to accumulate at least 50,000 ringgit? Since Idora is making regular monthly deposits, we use the future value as an annuity formula. Here is the data we have. The future value as we need is 50,000. The regular payment R is 600. For the interest rate I, we take 3.6% and divide it by 12 months, which gives us 0.003 per month. Now, since the unknown n is a power, we must use log to solve it. We take the log of both sides. N equal log multiplied 1.003 log multiplied 1.25. When we calculate this, we get N equal 74.54. Mathematically, the answer is 74.54. However, Idora cannot make 0.54 of a deposit. If she stopped at 74, she would not have enough money yet. Therefore, we must round up to the next whole number. So, Idora needs to make 75 monthly deposits to achieve her dream of going to Paris.